What's originally? Because how far back does one go?
Yeah, I mean, you can go as far back as you would like.
Let's get metaphysical about it. Yes.
I mean, yeah, we just did it. Let's go.
I hail from here. Yeah. I walked over, not from Pokemon Go, but I don't know if you know this, but I like to walk. So I walked over here.
From Alpharetta. He walked right over here from Alpharetta.
I would say give it a round of applause.
From Johns Creek, it's this little place. It's called Johns Creek. It's very beautiful. It's got this wonderful thing, and sometimes I'll tell you, I like to put my feet in there. And I'll just walk around and write my name right in the sand. I'll carve into the trees. It's beautiful.
Keep going, man. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, tell me more about.
Sometimes when I think there's a hurricane, I think maybe I can take my kayak and go for a little bit of a ride, but then I think I might run into some other trees. It'd be very devastating.
I'm from a little further away than he is. I had to drive and then fly and then walk just a little bit. But no, I was born in Augusta, Georgia, and I grew up in Athens.
Oh my goodness!
Grew up in Athens. Go Dogs!
Go Dogs!
Go Dogs! There you go.
Oh man. I think we got some Dogs fans.
Oh yeah, hey, listen, there are always some Dogs fans out there. You know why? Because we could all get into Georgia. We hate Tech because we all couldn't get into Tech.
Ooh, truth hurts. Truth hurts.
The truth hurts. That's all right. Own it and love it.
All right. As soon as you took a sip.
Yeah, no, I'm from Hollywood, born and raised.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's amazing.
There you go.
It's rare to find that, by the way.
That's true.
It's rare to find someone born and raised in California. That's why you're so cool, because the people that were raised somewhere else and then go to LA.
We all had to, we had to work to get there. He was just hanging out. He was just hanging out, waiting for us to get there.
He learned the chill. He learned the chill. And that's it's always like such from Tennessee, yeah? From Georgia? That's also the South. Well, okay. What's up?
He just stood there and grew and grew and grew.
That's the California sunshine.
Yeah, there you go, man. Man, it was pretty early. Pretty early. You know what? I when I was in the first grade, I went to see a play, like a community theater play, and it was Cyrano de Bergerac, and I didn't understand the play really. All I knew is that dude was the coolest dude I'd ever seen in my life. I want to be that guy.
Yeah.
And ever since that moment, I was trying to figure it out. I the next day I went and washed a bunch of rocks in the backyard and colored them and painted them and started going door to door trying to sell rocks. And somebody called my mom and was like, your boy's out here trying to sell rocks to people. She was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I need to start my own theater company, but I gotta have capital.
I love it. Oh my God.
I was like, I gotta have money to start a theater company, so I painted these rocks. Nobody's buying these rocks, Mom. What's happening? And that was the first thing. And then I wanted to be a paramedic because I was watching a show called Emergency when I was a kid.
Ooh, yes.
And then I realized, no, I don't want to be a paramedic. I want to be on a TV show about paramedics.
Yep.
And then
Can you imagine how horrible it must be for those guys, like back in the day when that show was on, if they were around something that actually needed a paramedic?
No, you know what? What's funny
Don't
is,
let me die.
Yeah.
right?
You know you can do it.
I did General Hospital for like 3 months, and and my brother is a doctor and my dad is a doctor. I was sitting at a table having dinner with both of them, and somebody came up to me you know, talking about like, Dr. Jackson, I was like, do you have any expertise? And my brother and my dad are just laughing their asses off. They're like, yeah, I was like, yeah, ask him. He knows.
They're like, yeah, go ahead.
Right? Yeah.
Love that. What about you, Ryan? What do you imagine you'd be when you grew up?
Superman, man. That's all I wanted. Yeah. I mean, I was my mother's an acting coach, my father's an actor, and kind of, they wanted me to be anything but an actor. When I first started out, I was really, Robin Williams was like my hero. First started off with Mork and Mindy and stuff like that, but then all of his stand-up specials, like back in the day, like when I was like 7 or 8 years old, when VHS tapes, when you had to if you wanted to buy a VHS tape, it cost like $300, and I saved up and I bought, Robin Williams at the Metropolitan Opera House, and I memorized that. And I watched it over and over. So I thought that I wanted to be a stand-up for a long time, and I still have like a deep sort of affinity and respect for the medium of people who do stand-up, who really sort of push the medium in different ways. I remember early on seeing like Mitch Hedberg do a set where he, and he's got these glasses on and his eyes are closed the whole time, and he's got somebody standing playing a stand-up bass behind him during his set, and I was like, who is this cat? So I've always really, been appreciative of so I thought I wanted to be a stand-up. And then I started to see that the people that I really appreciated, their voices were so unique that I didn't have, you better answer that.
I was going to say, that sounded very important.
And,
I was like, Jesus?
that I didn't quite have a unique, I wouldn't be as good as the people that I liked. And so then, I sort of fell into acting, and it sort of came real naturally and easily for me.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
What about you, Cooper?
I love Superman.
Yeah, man.
It's a good start. And I recently realized why I think Superman the movie is the best movie.
Yeah.
And it's also what, I knew that I was in, when daycare, kindergarten, you have a treehouse and then you have a cardboard spaceship.
Yeah.
You can't normally be both at the same time, but you can here. And then you watch something like Superman and then you realize just how much you can do. So I always wanted to just work in film. I didn't really care what it was. I just knew I wanted to be able to go to different places and help create like this, this suspension of belief that, because, it's actually cardboard on the other side, but it's totally not. It's a spaceship right now. You didn't know it's cardboard. And that was the big trick, and so to me it was like, it was the sets that always wanted me to do that. And then I'm like, well, what do you put in there? And so I had my action figures and I'm like making them fight, each other. And I would, I did martial arts from like a young age and so I always had them like fighting and I was like, oh, if he does a good thing. And then later on you're like, oh, we can do like fight choreography, sort of like how we do this. So like back in high school, we had like those.
Cooper's always making a short film of somebody getting their face bashed in. It was like I'll always get videos from Coop. He'll just send to me. He'll be like, bloop, and it's the coolest like anime style like fight scene in somebody's backyard. I'm like, where are you doing this? And or it'll start in somebody's backyard and then it'll end up looking like it's on Tatooine. And he's just all of these amazing fight choreography things. And Cooper literally, he means it. He started his first job on The Walking Dead.
What was it?
Show there may or may not have been a show.
It's all good.
Well, he was holding the boom. He was holding the boom mic for
my IATSE side can totally talk about their experience.
Yeah, you can talk about IATSE.
So yeah, I still have both cards as far as that goes. But so it was just about, and then I loved the idea where it's like, hey, can we go and use your cardboard? And then well, not cardboard, but it then became a thing where like I wanted to do something with friends. I wanted to make a project, and do it with friends. And then acting happened and like did stuff in high school and, stuff with friends. But it was, I feel like a lot of actors, we talk to ourselves probably more than other people. I feel like a lot of people talk to themselves, but we'll have like full-on conversations. And then you, I don't know.
There are a lot of guys on the street out there talking to themselves. They're just actors preparing.
Yeah, they're getting ready.
Yeah. Leave them alone. They're working.
Yes, they're working. You'll see. But yeah.
Hey, man, you all right? Don't mess with my process.
I respect that. We'll call you in when we're ready. We'll tell you when makeup's ready for you.
Due to DragonCon press agreements, we can only publish up to 10 minutes of panel footage. To see the full panel, you can visit dragoncon.tv and purchase a streaming membership for $10. This will give you access to many of the DragonCon panels and events from the current year and past conventions. And stay tuned for more highlight videos on Fandom Spotlight.
This is Ross Marquand, and you are watching Fandom Spotlight, which is awesome. So like, share, and subscribe. Oh, and have fun and follow your fandom.